You give him a second chance.
Yes.
I'm warning Kenyans. You will all die in 12 months. Second term, you give him 2 terms.
12
the
months.
first 12 months, you will all be dead. You will die. When I say William is fake, did you see the fakeness? Did you see the fakeness?
Come on.
Did you see the fakeness?
Was about to
the man was here.
Yeah.
Here. I think he was here in pensive mood, not because of fear or anything.
He was about to sign the document.
He was in shock. By the prayer shook him.
Yeah.
That's why he was here in pensive mood.
I'm talking about the Central Committee coming up with a statement, with audience Sifuna reading that statement.
No, you see, you can read. You know, when a gun is put, when you have a gun on your head,
yes,
you are not reading from conviction, my brother. You are not convicted. You can see Sifuna was not convicted. It's just that there was a gun. And when your father is telling you, my friend,
you have to say this.
You know, you have not built your own home. If you don't do this one, I'll kick you out of this house. Kenyans are now wondering, what could have happened with this man who was so clean, who fought for all these good things, and then at the tail end of his career, he's going into bed with corrupt fellows. So the question that people are trying to, to really fight with was Raila even genuine? What gives him the idea that he can do as he wishes? This is not his personal house. This is not for going. I think the president needs to stop being simplistic.
Is there a vacuum post Raila?
Play one clip where Ruto has spoken truthfully.
Great to see you. Hello there and welcome to Philip Kisia Unscripted this particular August. It's Monday and I'm joined by him. We're going to have a conversation about what is happening in the country. We've been away for 2 weeks. I've been ill, he's been away, but my apologies for that. Philip Kisia is a leadership and governance expert, former Nairobi town clerk, ex-Sky ICC CEO, doing a lot in the loyal opposition as the Azimio Umoja One Kenya Coalition executive director. He speaks the truth as he says it, and we hope today he will remain a truthful man. Will you be a truthful man in today's conversation? How are you doing, though?
Jed.
Yes.
Are you trying to suggest that I have a prize or what?
I'm just asking.
Are you suggesting?
I haven't seen you for 2 weeks. A lot can change.
Are you suggesting that I have a prize that I can be bought with silver? Like Dr. Oginde mentioned in his prayer in State House? Come on, be serious.
Let's take a look at your highlights and reflections for this week.
Well, Jed, before I maybe share my highlights and reflection for this week, allow me to publicly acknowledge the success of my daughter, Ivana Grace Namaemba Kisia, for a sterling performance at a global event in Seoul, Korea. It's called the Tournament of Champions. So global is a global competition, and she did exceedingly well among other international students who had gathered in Seoul. So well done, Ivana. Keep it up, and I'm sure you together with your team, Team Kenya, will make us proud as you proceed to Yale University in another few weeks. Allow me also to appreciate our team for defeating DR Congo over the weekend, 1-0. Yeah? We are all proud of this team. We know it has not done so well in the past, but we are happy that they have started on a very good footing.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that the accounts have been hit with 1 million shillings that the president, had promised, because we cannot. We have every reason to believe that he can change his mind.
Anytime.
He's known to change his mind.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that at least for this particular one, that he'll keep his word. But again, you see, this tournament reminded me of Mobutu Sese Seko when he actually organized a fight between Muhammad Ali and I think it was the other boxer, Fraser or somebody in DRC Congo many years back. Okay? And, you know, that fight was of no value to that country, but it was organized for PR purposes, for ego, and I'm hoping that this CHAN has not been organized in the same fashion, but I have every reason to believe that President Ruto, in organizing this tournament, he wanted to boost his image at the expense of the public. But nevertheless, we're happy that this particular tournament is being hosted by Kenya and other East African countries. So, well done, Kenya. Wish you every success in the matches ahead. And, you know, don't just play for cash. Play for the love of this game. Play to make Kenya proud. If that money that you've been promised by President Ruto comes in, that would be a bonus.
Bonus.
It would be a bonus. We have known this man to change his mind several times. But for President Ruto, the team of which represented Kenyan soul, those are actually Gen Zs. They are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right? The team that is playing in this tournament, the CHAN tournament, again, those are Gen Zs representing Kenya. Gen Zs are representing Kenya. Millennials are about to give in. They're playing football. Okay? So my prayer to President Ruto is to spare our children. This is the future of this country. So if we didn't have these children, who would have represented Kenyan soul? Who would have played football? I know he's not a football fan, but I saw him jumping up and about yesterday. But anyway.
Don't hit too hard. Let's get into our reflections.
But, you know, the level of dishonesty is so high because even from the intelligence we have received is that the government bought the tickets. So the real supporters, you know, the real soccer enthusiasts were not there. You know, the guys who really love this game. Some characters were just there. You know, those are characters who are paid to attend the match. But you see something funny happened. Immediately they walked out, they started singing One Time. You know, these guys, these Kenyans are terrible fellows. But anyway, let's get into my highlights. Probably we start with my reflections. There are two. The video on retired Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and where he quoted Martin Luther King Jr. And the other one, the campaigns of 2007, where the current president, Ruto, you know, had not very kind words for my president, Mwai Kibaki.
All right.
If you want to know the true measure of a man, watch what he does with power, how he handles his opponents, how he treats his wife and family, and what he does with his influence. But fundamentally, as Martin Luther King Jr. taught us, and I quote, the true measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of convenience and comfort, but where he stands in times of challenge and difficulties, end of quote. In other words, the true measure of a man is how he behaves when misfortune hits. And the question before us today, who was Kibaki the man? How do you measure a man who was sworn in as president in a wheelchair? How do you measure a man who suffered ill health during his first year of his presidency, and in his lowest moments, he did not give up, but he soldiered on?
Bwana Kibaki, hizi kazi 1400 ni gani? Akasema ati kuna wamama wanauza mboga sokoni na kuna vijana wanafanya kazi bodaboda. Ati hiyo ni kazi imepatikana. Mimi nataka niwaulize, na tunamwambia Bwana Kibaki, kazi ya wamama kuuza mboga ama vijana kwenda na bodaboda, hiyo wanaweza kujifanyia wenyewe. Tunataka serikali itoe nafasi ya kutosha kwa kina mama kufanya biashara, sio biashara ya kuuza mboga. Mimi ninasema hakuna mtu ambaye ni bora kuliko mwingine, na hii 2022 rais ataamuliwa na mama mboga.
That's President Uhuru Kenyatta, former, talking about the true measure of a man. You'll see it when you give him power. And also Ruto, they are saying mama mboga and boda boda, those are not jobs. Kibaki should give jobs to Kenyans.
Now, you see, the true measure of a man, and I agree with Martin Luther King Jr., is when you give a man power. You see how he'll treat his fellow citizens, you will see how he'll treat his family, and even friends and enemies. So I don't know whether at that point, President Uhuru Muigai was sending a warning shot and telling Kenyans, be careful, careful, that I've worked with this gentleman for some time, and he's not a man who should be close to power. But, you know, times have passed, and Uhuru's prophecy has come true. You have seen what Ruto has done with power. He has overseen extrajudicial killings, his government.
Yes.
You have seen him messing up the economy, high taxation. You have seen high level of corruption. You have seen the man destroying the education foundation that was built by Mwai Kibaki and cemented by Uhuru Kenyatta. You have seen the man destroy all institutions, public institutions. DCI is no longer the DCI that we knew. And anti-corruption is gone, completely gone. These are weapons for the state. The others, even we can't even talk about them. Like IPOA, it's finished. They're still pouring.
Yeah.
There is the other one called National Integration Commission. That was even finished. So, you know, a man who has destroyed, in a matter of 3 years, destroyed institutions that have been functioning and working, is a man who should not be near power. And I think that warning shot, we should have taken heed of the warning that had been given by Uhuru. But anyway, the man is here. We still have 2 years to bear with him. We still have 2 years of suffering. We are hoping that this pain and suffering will come to a close. Now, if you look at the second video,
Yes.
then you agree even further with the prophecy of Uhuru Kenyatta, or with what people who would know this man had seen and are sending warning shots. People like Cyrus Jirongo said, if this man is given power, in a matter of 1 year, he'll be crying. I know this man. I also know him.
Yeah.
I know that t-shirt contract. I don't get into details.
Yes.
It was mine.
Yeah.
But anyway, somehow he took the contract, the job.
Yes.
He needs to at least return something for the pain that he put me through after working so hard to get a job. But you see, this is a man who was talking ill of the president, emeritus. You know, being so careless, talking about these small jobs, boda boda and mama mboga not being jobs. Then we give him a chance because a few people thought that the man is smart. Those of us who knew him knew that this man, Sufuri, we knew. But those of you who were confused
Yes.
by his theatrics, you gave him a chance to provide leadership. Look at the disaster. Look at the disaster. This man is a pathological liar. He talks about creating 400,000 jobs, and there's a young man who said, no, where are these jobs? And you remember about a month ago, and I said, okay, you know, out of JKIA,
Yes.
400,000 departures is a huge number. 400,000 in a year is a huge number. Departure to other destinations, not for holiday, to go and work. It is a huge percentage. But the man told you that every day he is putting 2 aircrafts
Yes.
to send people abroad for jobs. Then he then takes credit for the remittances that are coming from abroad.
Yes.
Those remittances have increased, not because people have gone abroad.
No.
No, because people are suffering here. And the people who are abroad are sending more money. They have tripled.
Because we
They
can't
have
support
tripled.
ourselves.
Yes, yes. The guys were there in Europe, in Americas, in Asia, and what have you. They have tripled the money that they are sending here so that they can assist their parents and relatives because they know you people are suffering. But the man is taking credit, saying, now the remittances have increased by $1 billion.
Because we have sent people abroad.
No. The guys back there are feeling mercy, are feeling sorry for you guys, so they are sending money so that you people can survive. So this Ruto man has not performed any miracle. He has just failed. And if you look at what he said in 2007, and then you look at what he said in 2007, then you look at what he said in 2022, you can see a man who is not decent. What is the opposite of decent?
Decent.
Indecent. You can see a man who is shameless. You can see him. He's shameless because he has forgotten. Just the other day, 2007, he was talking very ill of the measures that President Kibaki had put in place to generate employment. And they say that type of employment is of no use, is of no value. Now, the same man has no shame, he has no face, he's faceless. Many years down the line, how many years? Those are how many? 15?
15.
15 years later.
Yes.
15 years later, you are still now making reference to the jobs that you are undermining, that you said you are bure kabisa. 15 years later, we are supposed to have progressed, but you are taking us back 15 years. Okay? So this is a man who is extremely dangerous, who should never be next to power. And I'm hoping that you people, Kenyans, including myself, will not give him a second chance because of the pain that he has taken us through. You give him a second chance.
Yes.
I'm warning Kenyans. You will all die in 12 months. Second term, you give him 2 terms.
12
The
months.
first 12 months, you will all be dead. You will die. If he's killing people, shooting, giving orders for people to be shot, children, our children, the ones who are representing us at Chan, the ones who are going to Seoul, Korea, he's saying, shoot them. Shoot. Pa, 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 pa. Shoot. You can imagine this man getting a second term when he may likely not ask for a third term. But I will not be surprised he asks for a third term. But anyway, all the signs are that it is a one term. In fact, he should pray because that prayer in State House,
Yes.
it was heavy. But I'll come to that prayer. Let's come to my highlights.
Yeah,
for the
to your
week.
highlights.
Now, there are 2 videos I picked
Yeah.
for my highlights, which actually now confirms my worst fears that Kenya is indeed a banana republic. Completely. Okay? The first video, I think it happened in Moranga, where my friend Jadiel Kabiro, and I think it was Senator Matthew Senator Matthew, and other leaders, our Kili Ndegwa, who were stopped. Their freedom was curtailed. Why? Orders had been given from above. Illegal orders were given from above to stop people who are supposed to move freely anywhere within the Republic of Kenya. They are being told you cannot go. Why can't we go? Orders from above. Who is this above? Is this above a God? We want to know. And these are questions that Ruto has to answer before even asking for second term. Is he saying he's God that we must get permission from him to travel in this country when the Constitution is very clear? It allows us freedom of movement. It allows us freedom of association.
Yeah.
But the man is curtailing our freedom. He's bulldozing and doing all manner of things. The second video that I wanted to look at before now, I give you my perspective and analysis, is the one on Bishop Ogende, my friend. I'd actually condemned him. I said, this man, he was a good man. He was a good man. I know him as a good man. A man who puts on a proper collar, not the fake one. The other group which went there with fake collars.
Yes.
This one, Ogende, is a fairly straightforward man.
Yeah.
But I was getting worried that he had been consumed by power. Play those two videos very quickly.
Akan and his family circumvented that and did contrary to what had been laid down. You brought judgment upon them, and the whole family was destroyed. You are the same God, O Lord. When Ananias and Sapphira conspired as husband and wife to circumvent that which had been put in place by the leaders of their time, again your judgment came upon them. They dropped dead in the very presence of many people. When Judas betrayed the trust that had been given to him by his master and sold him for 30 pieces of silver, it did not benefit him. Instead, the land that he bought with that money, that is where his bust committed suicide. So today as we gather here, I know there are individuals, there may be couples, there may be families who conspire to defraud our country of the limited resources that we have as we put this law in place. I pray that as our president appends his signature on this law, that signature will be from heaven and with the force of heaven, so that those people who may be tempted to circumvent it, they will face not the justice of the land only, but also the justice of heaven.
We're seeing police officers curtailing freedom of movement and association of opposition leaders, and Oginde talking about corruption, quoting the scripture on Ananias and Sapphira.
Jed, you even sometimes, you amaze me. Jed, and that's like many Kenyans. These tactics that the man is using, creating some confusion so that people can look this other side. When he was creating that, disturbance and curtailing freedoms, so he wanted you to shift gear to look the other side. When you're looking the other side, this William Ruto is actually like a missionary. A missionary came, or the white man came. They first came, first of all, to discover. Then, where does Jed live? Where do they have discovered? Then after discovery, they came with a Bible.
Yes.
Yeah? They said, what? These earthly things are of no use to you. Forget about them. These are earthly stuff.
Yeah.
There's God in heaven. But the Bible, when you read the Bible tells you that God is everywhere. So even as we're sitting here,
Yes.
Jed, God is here.
Yeah.
But the man is telling us, the white man told us, God is where? In somewhere, heaven, somewhere. Uko heaven. William is like that, walking with a Bible. As he was walking with that Bible, and creating disturbance elsewhere in Moranga, and people now started focusing there, 25,000 metric tons of sugar. They have killed the sugar industry. Completely killed the sugar industry. They say they are reviving it. It was not revival. They've killed all the sugar industries. Now, from nowhere, as people are looking the other side, people, the shooting that was going on and the chaos that were created, the ship had docked in Mombasa. 25,000 metric tons of sugar, my brother, brought in. It is already here. Already here. And you see, what is the most disturbing is that sugar, from the point of origin, has been declared unfit for public consumption. but it is here. They could not even wait. You know, sometimes even you need to be a bit smart and say, okay, you know, there's a shortage, and you know, we were planning, and you know, we were thinking about this thing, and it will take about maybe another 2 weeks before the sugar comes. That sugar, as people were being shot in Moranga,
Yes.
the sugar was already here. It was already actually past the port of Mombasa. It was inside. 25,000 metric tons. Calculate the tax that you would earn on that money. Billions of shillings. Who is pocketing that one? Because they are not giving you any tax relief as a consumer of sugar.
Yes.
No tax relief. The banker who has imported that, he is getting relief. Are we also getting relief? Are the farmers going to get relief? Apart from the fake checks that the Mumias guys were given, fake checks. Nothing. I'm told there was nothing. As we are turning the other way around, Jed, as we're turning the other way around, these people have created so many SPVs. E-Citizen, our money, Hotire, gone. Our money gone. Shifsha, they are collecting billions. 50 shillings convenient. That money is going to somebody's pocket. If you look at the Finance Act, it requires that money, public funds, must first of all go into some fund. Then from that fund, disbursements are done. But these are government which wants to receive money through some dubious means. Dubious. They collect our money and keep it somewhere for themselves. You remember what my friend JB Muturi said? Yeah? That they wanted him in Dubai airport to sign some documents.
Yes.
That the whole thing was a sham. It is a money-making venture for a few people in government. So this is a government that is shameless. They have they don't even, you know, even your taxes, 15, 20 years from today, has been reinforced. It is gone, secularized, given away for free. That's money. People are just collecting free money. Why? This is not their taxes, but the money is gone. But let me, in closing, say this, Jed. I was so happy with the prayer by Oginde.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that I noticed. The president was in a pensive mood. You were seated there. I thought when you're praying, you should humble yourself, stand before God. That's what the Bible says. When I say William is fake, did you see the fakeness? Did you see the fakeness?
Come on.
Did you see the
He
fakeness?
was about to
The man
sign.
was here.
Yeah.
Here. I think he was here in pensive mood, not because of fear or anything.
He was about to sign the document.
He was in shock
Yeah.
by the prayer. The prayer shook him.
Yeah.
That's why he was here in pensive mood. Because Ogino was muttering things, was saying some things.
Yeah.
He was saying some things that, you know, you can 6 foot. He was talking about 6 foot. He kept on mentioning this thing. You can drop here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Anytime.
Just like if you're Judas,
Yes.
be careful that this thing is bad. So I saw my president seated there, instead of humbling himself before God, and I said, what is wrong with this man? Power indeed has gone into Williams. But if the prayer for my friend
David Oginde.
Dr. Ogende,
Yes.
let it come true. God said, if you do certain things, God will pluck you out of this. God will pluck. Yeah, God is great.
Yeah.
He will just plug you and drop you 6 feet. Pop. So careful.
Anyone who's thinking of stealing,
Don't steal public funds.
not now after the prayer.
Don't steal.
At least not now.
At least now that Oginda said, please don't steal public funds,
Yes.
because you and your family.
Our conversation for today is all about the ODM MOU. Conversation about is ODM dead? Is Raila making the right decisions for ODM? Secretary General Edwin Sifuna had said that the MOU was dead, but then he came up with a statement saying that they will form a 10-member team to look at the memorandum of understanding to see where they are and where they ought to be. The conversation with Philip Kisia is all about that. Is there space within the Azimio, within the broad-based coalition for things to work? Has Ruto actually given them an opportunity for changes to work to happen in his administration? Mr. Kisia, you are an ODM member, by the way. Is ODM still there?
Yes, it is. But you can see there are two lineups. You've seen the young folks and some of us who are supporting them.
Yeah.
My friend Babo, Sifuna, Amisi, and Kibagendi, and there are many. Yeah, they are there on the front line because they have more energy. And we are back, preparing the proper strategy. So there is ODM,
yes,
a few of them, who are in bed with William Ruto, but there's ODM, the movement. The movement, as it is known, the movement, it is with this team and with the people of Kenya. ODM is a movement. There are certain ideologies, there are certain principles that we hold so dear, and a majority of us cannot change just because of a few pieces of silver. So, in fact, I think it's the right time to introduce this video, my friend's video, Tony Gashoka, TG. Play from the second minute, minute number 2, for 2 minutes.
All right. This to the young people. The young people and those people who stood out in order to protest against this government did not do so because they had nothing else to do. What happened was it started incrementally. Why? Because after elections and a disputed electoral process, the government of Kenya Kwanza was sworn in as a minority government simply because they didn't have the numbers in parliament. In order to defeat Azimio la Umoja, who had won the majority of MPs and senators, they started buying people from the opposition in order that they could tilt the scales against the will of the people exercised in a democratic election. Since that time, William Ruto has gathered pieces of silver and an appetite to buy everybody in the opposition that he can in order to defeat the electoral processes that were elected to have, one, a government and an opposition. And the reason this constitution creates a multi-party democracy is because the opposition is meant to oppose the government of the day in order that people get a better government. My problem with the ODM decision of broad-based government is not about the policies or the economics. It's because there is no policeman, there is no watchdog in Parliament or in the Senate that can be able to hold to account the government for the people. And that is a constitutional nightmare, because once the people have done an election after 5 years, they have nothing else other than a recall of MPs or waiting for the next general election. So I want to say to the young people of this nation who are protesting against the broad-based government that you are right under the law, you are right under the Bill of Rights. But as William Shakespeare says, a coward just dies once. So if death must be the price, it's not going to be the first time. Tom Mboya, yes. Degama Pinto, Awins Kodek, there have been so many gallant sons of this nation, Robert Ouko, and many who have shed blood, in order that this country becomes accountable to the rule of law and better governance, the killing of corruption and so forth.
Actually, our discussion should end here because Tony has actually summarized everything.
Yeah.
ODM is a movement that stands for things that are known. Democracy, democratic principles. Yeah? Rule of law, the constitution. ODM takes, actually ODM is a birth of democracy, rebirth of democracy in this country. Okay? There are certain things, there are certain values we hold dear. Corruption. Yeah? You cannot be corrupt and say you want to be part of us, part of this movement. You cannot kill and shoot your citizens and say that you obey the rule of law. We are not part of you. You cannot be a thief of public funds and you are saying you're part of ODM. We are not part of you. ODM holds those principles dear. And Tony has talked about the Bill of Rights.
Yes.
That was forced into the Constitution. I'm sure people like William Ruto and a few of them would never have allowed the Bill of Rights to go through. So if ODM fought for that space, I think you'll be daydreaming to imagine that the majority, the movement, will change for a few pieces of silver.
Oh.
We are not about to change. We shall not change. Okay? And, you've talked about this 10-member committee. Okay,
Yes.
I mean, that can be formed, but people are asking, why is it being formed now? Is it really authentic? And will that arrangement bring any meaningful change? Will it? Those are the questions that people are asking. And from where we are sitting, Jed, we know, having worked with William Ruto, that is not a vehicle to board. That is a vehicle that they must unboard very quickly. And we know, and we have confidence in the old man, that at the right time, and very soon, he will unboard. That's not the vehicle that you want to be in.
Then
Because that is not Raila.
Let me ask you this about ODM. What does this decision to reaffirm the MOU? Sifuna had said it's dead, right? He comes and says that now we have 10 members. What does this mean about ODM's political strategy as we are evolving politically?
Jed, I want to use the word strategy with caution. Because strategy is really a grand plan of action. And strategy is going to war. Strategy delivers good results. Strategy cannot produce disaster. So I would want to limit that particular discussion to ODM repositioning for the time being.
Not
not strategy. Because strategy cannot deliver a disaster. Okay?
Yeah.
So the arrangement that currently people are operating in is a total court of disaster. And I do not want to be part of that arrangement. But if you ask me, I think the leadership is asking itself, we are here. Kenyans, 50% of the Kenyans voted for this man. They believed in this man. He has all the instruments of power. He was pronounced the president by the courts. And since we believe in the rule of law, let us give him 5 years to provide leadership. So, it's a delicate balance. So one can ask himself, are they being pragmatic, or are they just being realistic? That, they find themselves that, to get a small in any of the pie, we must work with these people for the time being. But then if you make that decision that you want to work with these people, and yet they have gone against the will of the people, people start doubting whether you are genuine. They start wondering, what happened to this man? We know him to be this way. Why is he going this way? Is it because of the short-term gains? Because the gains that these people are talking about are short-term in nature. Yeah, they're short-term. We cannot feel them. The so-called experts have been there for how many months now? About maybe 8 months or so.
Yeah.
Can you feel anything? You cannot feel anything. You cannot feel anything because this team cannot fit in. Okay? At the very best, the few of them are feeling good. And by feeling good, they think that all of us should accept and move on. That things are working. Yet we know that things are not working. And then, of course, Jed, I think on the flip side, again, you're saying, okay, if I continue being combative, will I continue being relevant? And, so yes, you're combative, you're known for being combative, but you can be pragmatic, and join either to enjoy the state resources for some time, and leave at an appropriate time. But I don't know whether, Jed, that is a wise decision. If you ask me, it was completely the wrong decision that was taken.
Yeah.
William Ruto should have been allowed his 5 years to cook himself, to do what he promised to do, either to succeed or fail. But because he has failed, there was no need. There was absolutely no need to come and rescue a man who cannot even be rescued. William cannot be rescued. When you burn your house down to ashes. You have to build a new one.
Yes.
And you cannot build a new one using the ashes. You must go and find, new material.
Yes.
You must get new material, buy new material, and start constructing a new house. But these guys, instead of going to look for new material, they are looking for the ashes to build. It is not possible. So therefore, me, I'm totally against ODM's alignment with
Kenya Kwanza.
the Kenya Kwanza or the Kenya Kwisha government.
Yeah.
It doesn't serve us well. It is, it's seen as, just an issue of political convenience. And again, internally you can see there's, people, at least a voter, are looking at ODM as a party that lacks coordination, that they are not well coordinated. And there's a lot of contradiction. The party secretary is saying this, Amisi, Sifuna, and Babu are saying this, Opio and I and the other fellows who are eating are saying this. The party leader is there. So the question that people are asking is, why is Raila blowing hot and cold? He seems to be speaking through this hand, and the next minute he's speaking using the other hand. So where does he stand?
I'll ask you about Raila because we need to talk about the decisions that he's making. But you are the executive director of Azimio. Has it officially, effectively collapsed now that ODM is in government? And are there any impact of ODM in government towards Azimio la Umoja, if it's still there?
You see, no doubt, by ODM walking out and going to work, or part of ODM going to work, or the experts being donated to work with
I'm seeing you're careful with words.
with Ruto,
had
a small dent. It had a dent of the coalition. Because this coalition has people who have certain ideology, certain principles. They had their own manifesto. They had their own programs. There are certain beliefs they hold dear. But then you are lumped into this Kenya Kwanza group you are swallowed. It's like a husband and wife. Husband, they are driving the same car, from the same house in the morning. Wife is looking the other side, singing her own hymns. The husband is, probably murmuring something in Congolese on the other side. That's a very dangerous motor vehicle to be in. So, Jed, you're right. There was some destabilization that was created when ODM made that decision. Of course, it was actually affected, fragmented a little bit, but it didn't collapse.
Oh.
It did not collapse. You know why? That space, that void.
Yeah.
Because now, when the man was looking that side singing Congolese songs, and the wife was this side singing, hymns, good hymns.
Yes.
Okay? Somebody else came and occupied that seat. The other seat. Now, and it even became bigger. Became bigger. You can see the people have rejoined the coalition. Martha Karua on the steering. Manyora on the steering. Okay? Matiangi on the steering. Eugene, Ndani. All these people are taken off from the coalition. They are taken off. But now they are back. The only thing is that now they are not Azimio. They are Azimio on paper. But I think for them now to, they will need to present a different coalition, a different arrangement, and hopefully this time it works. Hopefully this time that all the partners, any partner that who is being brought on board, okay, is genuine, that they're only driven with one thing, to serve the people of the Republic of Kenya. So there's no vacuum.
There's no vacuum.
Thank God there's no vacuum. In fact, this coalition is even stronger than it was. Because even within ODM, you can see the Sifuna, you can see Amisi, you can see Babu, you can see Kibagendi, and there are many others who are saying, and the others who don't want to talk, they are talking in low tones. They are with us. So which ODM are you talking about? ODM that has a few people in government with William Ruto?
I'm talking about the Central Committee coming up with a statement, with audience Sifuna reading that statement.
No, you see, you can read. You know, when a gun is put, when you have a gun on your head,
Yes.
you are not reading from conviction, my brother. You are not convicted. You can see Sifuna was not convicted. It's just that there was a gun. And when your father is telling you, my friend,
You have to say this.
you know, you have not built your own home. If you don't do this one, I'll kick you out of this house. So Sifuna read out of, he was not convicted. He is not convicted. Okay? He read a statement on behalf of the Central Committee. And you do the same because, I mean, if you go to a committee and you're 10 of you, whatever the number is, and majority, you go by the majority rule, that they have passed something. But doesn't mean that you agree with them.
Let me ask you this about the ODM UDA joint 10-member technical team. Do you think it can deliver meaningful change for Kenyans? And maybe I should add, is there space for us and ODM to actually have a conversation, even with the president, for meaningful change?
Oh, Jed.
You talked about ashes earlier.
Jed. You know, I think what you're asking me is that
We come up with 10 people.
was that arrangement they are talking about? Some 10 wise men, 10 wise fellows. Is it symbolic, or does it have any substance? The thing lacks substance. Because the first question is, where do you draw your mandate? Where do you draw your mandate? Okay?
Yeah.
Where are they drawing their mandate from? Because BBI died, NADCO died, everything has died, is dead, everything is dead. Then the 10-point agenda, 9 months down the line, nothing has happened. There are simple things from that 10-point agenda, Jed, that they said cost of living. That's the cost of living. Does it need people to sit down and talk about cost of living? Does it?
No.
Does it need? We need. We have people in treasury. Very well experienced people who can deal with that matter. Does it need another committee? Jed, does stopping extrajudicial killings and corruption and tribalism, does it need a committee?
No.
So that is zero work. It's a waste of time, waste of resources. And again, Jed, you are talking of how many months left to elections. By the time these people, you know the Kenyan style, you know the Kenyan way of doing things. It's not the way we do things. The Kenyan way of doing stuff. They have meetings, a meeting of a meeting. Then even before they start anything, 6 months will have expired. Okay? Then they start discussing. Another 6 months are gone. And then we have 12 months, we're in election mode. So Jed, do you see this thing working? And again, the other thing that people are asking is, listen, when you're drawing that 10-point agenda, didn't you draw a roadmap on how to be implemented?
Oh.
Didn't you draw a roadmap? Or you just sat down somewhere in State House eating mandazi and whatever and came up with a 10-point agenda? Was it thought through carefully? Because if you did, then we should have seen, okay, this is a 10-point agenda and this is the team that will implement. This is a team that will be monitoring and reporting back. But when you just draw an agenda and then you introduce another thing called a 10 committee member, whatever you're calling them, it is seen as an afterthought. Forget about the fact that they don't have time to implement even the findings. They need to start working now. The things, more than half of the things in that report do not require a committee. Implement those ones first before you even form the committee. Finally, Jed, on that matter, where is the public here? Where is the public? Where is the public in that thing? They're calling 10-point whatever committee. Where is the public? How are the public involved? The public have views. And we only have 24, 23 months to elections. Actually, we have 12 months to work.
Yes.
After that, people will not be working. So this, Jed, this team committee they're forming is a total waste of time. Completely waste of time. It shows that they lack clarity. They did not have a vision. They just sat down in a room and crafted something and came and read for us. And just like we had suspected, it was going nowhere. It was going nowhere. It has gone nowhere. It is going nowhere.
Then what does this reveal about Raila's leadership? Is it all about maturity, strategic political maturity? Or is it about disconnect from the party's ideology, vision, mission, which is to fight for human rights, for better governance, to actually fight for the constitution? What does this reveal about Raila himself now?
You know, Jed, again, a very interesting moment for Raila. Very interesting. I know he's going through a lot of pain. I can see, even you could see him at the stadium. He's not himself. There's something really bothering Baba. Because I've been Baba for a long time. There's something that's not right. I think he's thinking of pulling out. Because when I think he decided to make a decision to work in government, he most probably did it in good faith for national interest. That the country was burning down. That no, let's come to the table and save this country at that time. But Raila is so experienced, should have known that this is not a man you can sit with and craft anything, and the thing bears anything. Okay? Because he has a completely different set of agenda, and which is known. Look at the institutions that he took over from. The level of corruption. The second most corrupt president in the world is him. He holds that title, a trophy. He has it.
Yeah.
It's not me. Yeah. He was rated by a reputable international organization. You are number 2. And because number 1 has been removed, he is now number 1. You get my point yet?
Yes.
Yeah? So, so the question is, was Raila just being realistic? That, what can I do for the time being? Can I give him time to continue failing? Can I work with him? Or, was it an issue of national interest? But for me, Jed, this thing has destroyed Raila. Because, as you rightly put it, people have known Raila to be a reformist. A man who has fought for democracy for all those years. A man who does not have blood on his hands. A man who, you can't, where there's corruption, you will not really find Raila's name. You may find 1 or 2 associates being mentioned, but you will not find Raila's mouth in the corruption. Now, Kenyans are now wondering, what could have happened with this man who was so clean, who fought for all these good things, and then at the tail end of his career, he's going into bed with corrupt fellows. So the question that people are trying to, to really fight with, was Raila even genuine for all those years? Or was he pretending?
That's the question. That's the
That's
question.
a big
People
question
are
asking.
asking that question.
For 40 years,
Yes.
you've been detained. You've suffered. You've been tear gassed. You've almost been killed. And then at the tail end of your career, you join forces like William Ruto. People are really also really fighting themselves and wondering, is this the Raila that we knew? Or what has happened to Raila? What has happened to our father, Baba? And that's the question that my friend TJ is asking. And TJ has sent a warning shot, say, Baba, please, I know you. This is not you. There must be forces around you, and because of age, you are being driven in a particular direction. Not for your benefit, not for the benefit of Kenya, but for the benefit of a few people who are around you. But again, you can see, Jed, completely disconnected. They have disconnected Raila from his grandchildren. The Gen Z, who loved him so much. loved Raila so much. Now they have pulled away the Gen Z from Raila. These are the people. These people want to destroy Raila completely. They are going to finish him. In fact, they have finished him. Then the Alphas don't want even to hear the name Raila. The Alphas. So you see, in his sunset years, what these people have done to this Mzee is unforgivable.
Then
I'm hoping that somebody will be bold enough, and there are bold people in ODM. Bold. People like James Agnew Orengo, who have not seen, I need to find out. People like Anyang principled people, they need to sit down Raila and tell Raila, no, we will not allow you to go down because of a few people who are benefiting using your name, and these are your sunset years. They are killing your legacy. You will go down as the most horrible leader that Kenya has ever produced. After fighting for Kenyans for 4 decades. Look at what has happened, Jed. It has never happened, Jed. It has never happened, Jed. Where, his base, the Luyas have said, Tawe. Luyas have said, Raila, Tawe. True or false? True. Kisia have said no to Raila. This is the first time. So there's something that is happening that is not proper within ODM. And the people misleading the old man. And I'm just praying, Jed, that somebody will move very fast to save Mzee's legacy. Otherwise, he's going down very fast. Fast and furious.
We heard Senator Sifuna saying if they support Ruto in ODM, he will leave the party, together with Caleb Amisi, I believe. What should ODM do now? What steps should the party take to, one, remain relevant in 2027 elections, rebuild internal cohesion, and also deal with grassroots concerns that are there? Who are we in ODM? What should ODM do?
I think you've answered yourself. The first thing that ODM must do is to clarify and offer direction. They must get back to course. Because the path they've taken is destructive. So they must clarify, redefine, and get back to the right course. Get back to the direction that, Muthusi said, are you with us? What do you say? Are you with us? So the people are asking ODM, are you with us? Or you're not with us? So there's need to provide that direction and clarity now. The other thing that ODM must do is to re-engage with the grassroots. Because they have lost the grassroots. They have lost the Luya vote. They have lost the Kisi. They have lost many other votes. They are losing. Even in Luo Nyanza, there are people who don't believe that the direction that the party has taken is the right direction. So there is need for ODM to take very quick measures to save the party that has been there for 2 decades now. The other thing is realigning with the public, Jed. The public is suffering. High cost of living, corruption, no jobs. Things are just terrible. People are in pain. And ODM was known to fight for people.
Yeah.
ODM now must come back to the side of the Kenyan population, to the side of the Kenya. But finally, Jed.
Yes.
ODM must come up with a new narrative. A new narrative beyond Raila. A new narrative beyond Raila. Because the demographics have changed. People have decided taking their different directions. Okay? And we may not continue relying on Raila for anything. One, because of age. Two, because of the demographics. The Gen Z who had believed in him, people have wrestled. People have wrestled the Gen Z out of Raila. You remember the Gen Z during the first Mandaman, they told Mzee, sit, hope, and relax. You saw what they did for Raila. They made him proud. So Raila should have seized the moment and continued, and even now prepared to hand over the baton to this new generation. But the people who are benefiting from Raila are holding his hands, they are holding his feet, They have now done what? They have gagged him. Raila can't move because of a few handful of people who are benefiting from the status quo. So redefining Raila and defining the future of all DM without Raila is critical.
Well, what a conversation. Thanks for tuning into this one. It's between ODM, UDA, MOU. What is the future of the once known reforming ODM? That has been my conversation with Kisia. Maybe you can leave a comment down below. But just as always, final words as we are starting now this new week.
Yeah, new week. Jed, I came across these two videos and I shared with you, but play them out. The one about 400,000 jobs, and the other one on this graduate, an actuarial scientist.
Yes.
Actuarial scientist, my friend. You saw, just play that video. You'll see what he's doing. A graduate with a degree from actuarial science.
I think hii ni maajabu. What are we really talking about? Uongo ingine.
Sir, thank you.
It is really unfortunate.
Vijana 1,400. Unanisikia? 400,000. Huyu Mutua huyu anaelewa hiyo kazi. Wameenda kufanya kazi nje ya Kenya. Ile pesa tunapata ya remittance imeongezeka by $1 billion in the last 2 years. Mnanielewa? This country is changing.
And maybe one point before I sit down.
Yes.
The president also said that in the last 2 years, the government of Kenya has exported 400,000 youths. We have 730 days in 2 years. If you divide 400,000 by 730, it means that the government has been exporting 548 youths each and every day, including Sundays and public holidays. Yeah. And from my little knowledge, I understand that the biggest aeroplane at KQ has a capacity of 250 people. So it means 2 big aeroplanes at KQ move out of the country each and every day, export people to different destinations of the world to work there.
Which I went to Southeastern Kenya University, did a bachelor's degree in actuarial science. I'm done with coursework and I'm currently awaiting graduation. And I have done coursework in financial analysis, financial mathematics, risk analysis, statistical modeling, and also data analysis. I have experience in R software, SPSS, Starter, and also Microsoft Excel. Besides the coursework, I was also attached at the NSSF in the Department of Labor Market Research and Analysis, where I gained a valuable experience in Microsoft Excel and data entry. Currently, I'm hosted by a friend at Rongai, Rongai in Nairobi, and I'm doing manual work just for my upkeep, and I'm requesting that I give that authority for this video to be shared to any group or any individual that they may have job openings for an actuarial student.
Well, 400,000 jobs, the president says. The young person says, how can you give 400,000 jobs? How many flights are those? And a guy who has a degree in actuarial science, doing manual labor.
Yes.
Asking WhatsApp groups if you have something for me.
Please. So, out of the 400,000 jobs that this man, William Samoei Ruto, claims to, be generating, just one, give to that young man who has a degree in actuarial science. Give him that job. But for heaven's sake, my friend, my president, William Samoei Ruto, stop fake news. Stop fake news. Because people are intelligent. People can go down and work out 400,000 jobs. How many do you need to churn out every day in a month? And the math is not mathing. Finally, my president and my friend, this is a time bomb. This is a time bomb. You think the Gen Zs are a problem and they have lit fire behind your back? the alphas are coming, they blow you up.
That's the final message from Philip Kisia. Thanks for tuning in to this one. Have yourself a lovely week ahead. Goodbye for now. See you next Friday.
What gives him the idea that he can do as he wishes? This is not his personal house. This is not Sogoi. I think the president needs to stop being simplistic.
Is there a vacuum post Raila?
Play one clip where Ruto has spoken truthfully.